So, Oris was kind enough to send me this Diver 65, in my favorite reference no less. Do I like this watch? Hell yes. Would I buy this watch? Well, that's not as easy an answer. Let me explain. There are plenty of videos out there on the Oris Diver 65 lineup, and they do a great job of giving you the background and spec of this series to help you make an informed decision on whether or not to buy. And when it comes to the Diver 65, you may find yourself watching more videos and taking in more opinions than usual, because along with its objectively pretty retro styling and perfect case dimensions comes a pretty hefty price tag. In Canadian loonies, that flock is $3,000 deep. $3,000 is a lot of money when talking about a watch, especially when that watch is powered by a Sellita SW200 and has a water resistance rating of only 100 meters. Now, if you've never heard of Hodinkee, then this might not mean that much to you, but for any veteran spec enthusiast, those stats and that price tag don't add up in the trusty value equation. But even if you don't spend your watch hunting time hunched over a device constantly comparing figures, you're likely to come across a slightly used Seamaster Pro that ticks all the boxes and more for around the same money. And unfortunately, the Diver 65 won't stack up beside that value behemoth. But who says it needs to? Let me introduce you to Seamaster's younger, more successful brother, Speedmaster. Now, when I hold the Diver 65 beside this watch, doesn't it make a little more fiscal sense? Let me explain what I'm on about. These vintage-inspired watches are anything but cheap, but one of them at least seems to get away with its inflated price tag. For the last 10 years or so, the internet has been blowing up the Speedmaster like it's going out of style, and in turn, Omega has been shoving a never-ending stream of limited editions down the throats of consumers, each time with minor changes in spec, but major changes in price. Let's get back to the Diver 65. $3,000 is a lot of money, but if Omega can sell a heritage piece at a premium, why can't Oris do the same, and for half the money? I'd argue that what Oris lacks in brand equity and history compared to Omega, the Diver 65 more than makes up for in ergonomics, style, and clever design. This reference receives the 40mm case option, which, when paired with the 65's razor-thin 13.5mm profile, makes this diver absurdly comfortable. And once you get over the jaw-dropping realization of how a mechanical watch should feel on your wrist, your eyes are treated to the Diver 65's parting piece: its style. Staring back at you through a double-domed sapphire crystal is a lacquer black dial, fitted with faux aged indices, bronze-colored hands, and a perfectly symmetrical 6 o'clock date window. The simple but effective design of this dial would make an NA Miata jealous. Next, you'll be tempted to turn the unidirectional 120-click bezel, and while my tester has some pretty atrocious backplay, it still has excellent feedback in operation. And I'll take that backplay all day if it means my bronze bezel will patina with use, giving the face of this watch a beautiful bronze halo as if it was the angel of dive watches past. What more can I say? The crown is oversized and the screw down is buttery smooth, which makes manually winding and setting this automatic SW200 movement very enjoyable. And the bracelet and clasp feel totally premium, as long as you ignore the stubborn push pins when resizing. If I was to buy a Diver 65, this reference would be my choice of the 53 models. Its 6 o'clock date window makes it well balanced, the color scheme is subtle yet charming, and that bronze bezel insert catches the eye of anyone within your personal bubble. But remember at the start when I said I wouldn't have an easy answer? Well, that's because there are many of these watches for sale on the used market where their values are more justifiable. The only reason I haven't bought one is because finding a specific reference for sale is difficult. With 53 different models to choose from, some may say Oris has diluted the mix, but I say the opposite. The point of this series is to bring fun back to watch collecting, and with an incredible base like the Diver 65, Oris is prepared to give it to you in any flavor you want. So have fun with it. Thanks for watching.